Very good. So we start the meditation like all other meditations I do. Sitting down comfortably and giving some loving kindness to your own body. Sometimes I expect my body to be peaceful, but I don't settle it down. A little bit of kindness is being aware of my body and being aware of it to make sure that every part of it is comfortable. So take as long as you like. Caring, even I sometimes call it pampering my body. And I start off, just with my feet. It's not just because it's simple to do the feet, as you don't have any problems. But I can still be sensitive to all the feelings which are going on in my feet. And I give kindness to it. The kindness becomes one of the most important parts of the preparation. The mindfulness just makes me aware of what kindness does to my body. And if the feelings get more tense and tight, I soon know that that is not kindness at all. Kindness is what relaxes, brings ease and peace and comfort. And that's how I know what kindness is and whether it's really working. So even something as pain-free, trouble-free as my feet, to this day it keeps surprising me that how much I can relax my feet and how they become always just more at peace, at ease, until they become delightful to watch. And I have to be careful here because sometimes you get so relaxed, I don't want to do anything else. I forget about the loving kindness meditation. I can't do that today. I'm just kind to my own feet, and the feet is receiving that. It's working so well. My feet feel just so at ease, so at peace. To find similes for it, it is like you are soaking them in just this warm, fragrant water. And muscles I never knew existed in my feet are now able to relax. You kind of feel that any liquids, any stuff which needs to flow through those feet is now flowing through unimpeded. There's no blockages, no traffic jams in the blood system. Everything is free and easy and open. And it feels good. It's like I've got the circulation of a baby. And then go up to my ankles. Sorry, I shouldn't do this. Should not do this slowly. So I think you know about the sweeping meditations. Sweep up the legs, really as slow as you can, because that works much more effectively. Into your knees. And I feel those sensations in the knees, which it's hard to give them a name, but I know they only occur in those knees. And you experience it, relaxing with kindness, and even your knees get so at ease. It's as if they're being massaged. And you go up past your knees, your thighs. I'm feeling all these muscles as I'm talking to you. And as I'm experiencing their sensations, I can relax enough that the sensations become more free and not a problem. Go to my butt feeling. There's always a feeling there because, again, of the pressure of my backside against the cushion. But that will soon disappear. It always does every sitting. My job is to make sure that feeling in the bottom is well balanced, not too much on either side. Then you go past the butt to your waist, relaxing it to the max. Past the waist, going up the vertebrae of the back or the intestines in the middle of your body. Sweep it up, upwards, and it's like all of that energy is healing, energizing, relaxing. All my digestive tracts are at ease. Back is just well balanced. Nothing is causing me a problem. Go to the shoulders. Sometimes, and it's the case today, I don't know how this happens, but my shoulders feel tight today. So I imagine just scrunching them up, squashing them as much as possible, and then letting go. When I let go, not trying to expand them or contract them or do anything with them, I just let them be, then they relax. relax by themselves. And they soon become really at ease. And then watch the rest of my arms, relaxing everything as I go along. Into my hands, make sure they are at ease. And the fingers on each hand are all in a good place. Today, I prefer my fingers to close my hands, and even the fingers to lie, the left hand on the right hand. You can feel that this appears to be comfortable. I had to move them a minute ago because I could feel an itchy nose. I'm willing to scratch it, which I did. And you go up from the hands back up to the neck, balancing your head on top of the neck. And then to the muscles around the foreheads, around the eyes and around the nose and mouth. And I know how to relax everything, to stop stretching things or squashing them, allowing them to be natural. And the whole face feels at ease. It's like I've relaxed the whole body, part by part. That's an exercise of preparation based on the combination of mindfulness and care, otherwise known as loving kindness. And having started a meditation like this, I just leave it for a moment, let it be, and see what happens. Now it may feel a good time to start the loving kindness meditation, focusing on loving kindness. To do that, I've often compared it to lighting a fire. But to light the fire, you've got to start with something easy, which catches the flame with hardly any problem. Piece of paper, and you light that piece of paper. And once that piece of paper is well lit and warm, then you can put on little kindling sticks. From that, bigger wood and bigger wood. And I usually like to start, it takes a while, but I don't mind taking that time to start on an imaginary object, which is so easy to take the flame. And as many of you have heard me do before, I start with a little imaginary kitten, kind of like cats. And how I find that imaginary kitten is like I'm walking in some city somewhere, and as I'm walking I hear a sound, very faint. And it's not a human sound. It's of some animal. And the animal's, the way it's calling is really sad and desperate. This little animal I'm just about hearing is obviously been, or is in, great distress and pain. It's almost like it's moaning for some assistance and help. I haven't got a clue what that is, but I'm kind of drawn to it. See if I can help at all. As I get closer to the source of that sound, I can know that sound is coming from a very dark corner of some abandoned building. And the closer I go to investigate, I still cannot see what's making that sound. But it sounds, and it's true how I assume this, it's the sound of an abandoned kitten. This poor little being, I don't know when it was discarded by its mother, but it's been trying to fend for itself. And in a cruel world, no one looks after it. It's been trying to be trustworthy, trust others, but nothing trusts it. It's been bitten and scratched and chased away. What it wants is some warmth, a nice dry place, and some food. It doesn't want much. And when I get close to the source of the sound, I can perceive in a darkened corner these two slits of light, the eyes of this little kitten, staring at me, caught between fear and hope, not knowing what to do. And this is where I start my loving kindness. I start generating it. Dear little being, I will never harm or hurt you. I'll be your friend. We always get so much food as monks. There's plenty to share with you. Dear little being, please let me care for you, protect you, and nourish you, making sure that you become a friend, but I will never hold you back. I will never imprison a friend. I'll just protect and care for you, and let you grow and explore the world around you, and enjoy and sometimes get into fights with other cats. You always got a home you can come back to, where I will care for you and heal any wounds. Dear little kitten, allow me to care for you. And when I feel and deliberately think such thoughts as this, you can see that the thing we call loving kindness is growing inside of me, and it becomes easier when it gets strong to share that loving kindness with this abandoned being who's hurting so badly. I say, I will never harm you or hurt you, little kitten. May I be your friend. And I see these two eyes come towards me. That little kitten is becoming more trusting. Not totally at all. Still all I can see is its eyes. And as I hold my hand out as a symbol of friendship and harmlessness, the little kitten comes further out. And I know that it's beginning to trust. But if I act too fast, too jerkily, that little kitten will lose its trust. So I'm very mindful to move my hand softly through the air. And then the little kitten coming out a little bit further allows me to touch her. When I touch that little kitten's skin, most little kittens or cats, their skin is smooth and clean, the fur being licked so many times during a day. This little kitten, you can feel scabs of blood. That poor little being has been bitten, scratched, hurt, chased away. So many times in its short life. I can feel the pain of that. What it's like to be rejected. How many times can you hope that someone understands it, doesn't ask for much? So I commit to looking after you, little kitten. You can ask me whatever you want. And because it's starting to trust, it allows me to pick it up with my hand. So softly, so smoothly. I know that any jerky movement of my hand will destroy the trust that little being has put into me. I move slowly. It allows me to pick this little being up. I don't know how old it is, but it seems to be so light, so thin. All the scabs on its fur tell me that it's been in so many fights. I'm sure it didn't want to fight, but had no choice. I feel that poor little kitten doesn't deserve a life like that. So with my mind, I gather up all of this energy of loving kindness which I've been developing this first 10 or 15 minutes. And I just zap it onto this little kitten. Bathe her with my loving kindness. Until I can start to feel the little kitten I'm holding get less and less tight in its body. It's starting to relax. The muscles are loosening because the fear is being dissolved. And then I bring it so close to my chest, I can feel its warmth through my robe. And I can, now being so close, I can give it so much, 100% loving kindness, which I imagine like a golden light in my chest. And that golden light is soaking this pure loving kindness energy throughout this little kitten's whole body, from little end of the tail to the end of the whiskers and the ears. Little kitten, I care for you. The door of my heart is open to you, forever. Please come in. And I feel this little kitten just relaxing so much, it's finally trusting me. And the first thing it needs is not just food, but a rest and a feeling of safety. That's what I give it. Dear little kitten, you can stay here forever if you wish, as long as you wish, as long as I can be of service to you. It's that golden energy of loving kindness. That's how I visualize it. That golden energy of loving kindness goes into that kitten's body. It expands down each of its little legs to every one of its paws. It goes down to the end of its little tail, over to its head, and to the end of every whisker, the end of the ears, soaking the whole body of the little kitten. I care for you, little kitten. May you grow up and have your adventures as a cat, And just have a beautiful life knowing that you always have a friend who's there to care for you rather than to control you. And you give the cat your free loving kindness. Little kitten, the door of my heart is open to you. No matter what happens to you, where you go, where you live, that care doesn't ever want to own you. It wants to let you be. As I'm giving that loving kindness to this imaginary kitten, I start to feel like a counterpart energy in my own chest area. It kind of tingles, and I can feel it. The longer I give loving kindness to this little kitten, the more that tingle becomes so easy to be mindful of. It's just how I experience loving kindness, through a physical feeling in the body. And when that little kitten has fallen fast asleep, I'll feed it whatever I can find for it later. But right now I just hold it gently and let it have the sense of safety, protection, long enough to be able to, for the kitten to fall asleep. And as for me, I now swap that image of a kitten with another being, somebody I've known for a long time, somebody maybe who's close to you, somebody who's having a lot of difficulty in their life right now. I imagine them. I imagine them like I imagine that little kitten, but this person is a real person. And then when I look at them, I can first of all respect all the amazing things they've done in their life, which has affected me so positively. And then all the pain and suffering which they're going through right now. My dear friend, I care for you, believe it or not. Whatever sickness you have, whatever disease, whatever operation, the door of my heart is open to you right now. I care. May your sicknesses, whatever they are, heal up. May the fear and the tension of trying so hard to get better disappear, so you can relax, and that's usually where the healing starts. My dear friend, I know this is difficult to go through at this time, but it will pass. And when it's past, make use of that experience as an impetus so you can help others in the future. My dear friend, as you can almost touch them with your mind, you're looking at them, please accept my energy of kindness to heal your illnesses and pains. And imagine this person, and imagine just soaking them with loving kindness energy, this golden light which seems to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I pour this light into them, going to the tips of their toes and up again to their chest area, up further to their heart, up further to their mind, soaking all of them, inside and outside, with my loving kindness energy, my care, my well-wishing for them, that it goes all over them. And I just pause there, because a strange thing needs to be noticed. The more loving kindness you give, the more it increases inside of you. the more loving kindness you share with others, the more metta you have to share. So I'm giving this loving kindness to this being in difficulty, but it's not right here, right now. That I have more power to share with them. I really wish you well. I really want to work hard to make sure this doesn't happen to you or anybody else ever again. The door of my heart is open not just to receive, but to pour out the energy of loving kindness. The more you give, the more energy you have to share with others. And then when I've dwelt on one of my best friends, close associates, long enough, then without opening my eyes, I can imagine all the people in this room, all the people I've meditated with, shared jokes with, told stories with, shared food and other things with, all the people I've shared my cottage with, everybody in this retreat center. The door of my heart's totally open for you. I truly wish you well, not just as an empty gesture, but with powerful meaning. The more meaning and power you give into sharing, the more effective it is. May everyone in this room be happy, be at peace. May they all have so much wisdom they don't need to question anymore. They don't need to compare. You're just friends, fellow travelers on the path. And here I start to imagine that golden energy, the golden light of loving kindness, which has been building up in my chest area. And now I let it go out of my body and go into each one of your bodies. So you know I don't just say this, I really care for you, each one of you. May you be well and happy. May you understand these beautiful teachings about enlightenment, and may you become them. It's a benefit not just for yourself, but for the whole world. And may such a beautiful, pure mind just abolish any type of illness or sickness, so you have the health to be able to serve others. All beings in this room. And now you send the loving kindness out even further. Now we're sending it out to all beings in this world. I don't know where your home is on this planet, but we always move around so much. We literally, truthfully have many homes. Wherever there is a friend, a person is happy to see us and us happy to see them. That's kind of like a home. All the people you've met in this world, all the families, now you imagine them wherever they are. The door of my heart's open to you as well. I truly, literally, honestly care about you. I would love you to be happy and at peace. Any injuries magically or miraculously just disappear. And so your body can be at peace and at ease. That's what I wish for you. And imagine that golden light going into them, wherever they are in this world. And that golden light going right into their center, up to their head, to the tips of their ears, down to the tips of their fingers, down to the tips of their toes, within, outside, everywhere, even powerful, healing, May my body be at peace and healthy and energized as you give this as a gift to your own, to all these relations and friends, bodies and lives. And now we can't limit this just to people we know. We spread it even further to all beings in this universe, not just human beings, but all the animals, the horses, the cows, the dogs, cats, all four-legged creatures, to all fish in the oceans, three-legged or two-legged animals. May all of you not feel fear. May each one of you who may be injured or sick recover from that sickness, recover from that injury. May all beings, not just animals, but even insects and bugs and viruses, whatever, and invisible beings too, beings who live under the earth or in the air, or high in the skies. May all beings, fish, live in the waters of this world. May all beings be happy, feel the freedom from any fear, and safely go about their lives in freedom and in joy. As you give your loving kindness to all beings. And you have to pause now, because there's one being we always tend to leave out. Yourself. Without opening your eyes, imagine as if you were standing in front of a full-length mirror and you're looking at this being who's looking at you, yourself. This being, wherever you go in the world, you can never get away from you. This being, if you hurt, sometimes you feel guilty. Why did I let that happen? This being which deserves some loving kindness. Sometimes you feel even worse than an abandoned, hungry kitten. No one cares for you. Please know now, there's at least 60 people who care for you in this room. And the most important one who cares for you is you. So you say to yourself as if you're looking in a full-length mirror, me, the door of my heart, my own heart is open to me, unconditionally. I may have made mistakes in this world. I may have hurt others, but I'm not going to punish myself anymore. I'm going to learn from these experiences and become a better man or woman. That's what care means. May I be at peace, be happy and well. May I never put any barriers to happiness and peace in front of me. I deserve this happiness and peace as much as anybody. My heart is open to me, no matter what it's done. And free yourself from any guilt. Open the doors which free you from the prison cells of guilt. I care for me. And realize that this path of life, even when it's painful, we're always learning. And that's the benefit of it, that's its meaning. You say, I care for me. And pause and feel what that means. When you give yourself this unconditional love, what does it do for you? And soon we realize that now we have to move on to all the beings in the world, including us. We imagine our loving kindness. This is what I do. I imagine my loving kindness has gone out of me to the whole world. I imagine it like this golden cloth covering the world. It is giving happiness and peace and health and pain-free to all the beings living on this planet. Not just human beings, even invisible beings. May you all be happy and well. And I extend that word, happy and well, to its ultimate end. May you all feel the bliss of deep meditation in Nibbana. And I pause there again, just to remain there for a little while longer. And then I imagine this light in the blanket which I've wrapped around this world. Imagine that light kind of receding, being drawn back from the edges of this world, back into Australia, back into Perth, back into Jhana Grove, back into this body from which it's being sent, back into the heart. And I imagine that light to be like this golden ball of energy inside on top of my own heart. I imagine my heart like an open, pure white lotus flower. The only thing which can ever possibly hold such beauty and purity. But the warmth which I've spread out with that light, I leave that out there in the world. It's my gift for all beings. But the light, imagine hovering above my heart. And then I imagine my heart, like the petals of it, closing gently to embrace this golden ball of loving kindness and keeping it safe, not just locking it up forever, but keeping it, preserving it safe, so I can use it at any time in the future to serve, to heal, to help. How do you feel? Please keep your eyes closed. I'm going to finish off just with a short chant. Nati me saranang anyang Buddho me saranang varang etena satchavajena sotite hotu sabada nati me saranang anyang Dhammo me saranang varang etena satchavajena sotite hotu sabada nati me saranang anyang Sangho me saranang varang etena satchavajena Soti te hotu sabada. May we all be at peace, free from suffering, and be able to give this path and joy to whoever we meet. The retreat is now officially concluded. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yes. Okay, thank you for joining in. I hope that was to your taste. Excellent. Okay, wow. Honestly, when I do these things, they're never the same, but you always just add a little bit extra every time. So thank you for letting me do that. I really got off on it. I hope you did too. Whew. Now, what are we doing next?